I don't know what it is.
Well, they used to have those products growing up. I used to hear, always use bleach and glow, but you'd have to have about 300,000 gallons to...
Okay, number one, this is the situation. I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help, okay? But when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
So it is.
It's a problem for me, okay? I can't control it, okay? But what about all the millions of people? Let's reverse it.
Okay.
What about all the millions of people who sit out in the sun to become darker, to become other than what they are? Nobody says nothing about that.
So when did this start? When did the color of your skin start to change?
Oh boy, I don't, sometime after Thriller, around Off the Wall Thriller, sometime
And what did you
there.
think? I mean,
It's in my family. My father said it's on his side. I can't control it. I don't understand. I mean, it makes me very sad.
Yeah, Wacko Jacko. Where'd that come from? Some English tabloid. I have a heart and I have feelings. I feel that when you do that to me. It's not nice. Don't do it.
Michael Jackson spent much of his life being interviewed like he was a mystery that other people were entitled to solve. But the funniest part is that the more aggressive the questions got, the less they seemed to shake him. He did not always answer with fire. Sometimes he answered with calm, sometimes with a smile, and sometimes he simply said enough, then let the interviewer sit in the silence they had just created for themselves.
How what?
how nervous are you right now?
I'm not nervous at all, actually.
You really aren't.
No, I never get nervous.
You don't?
No.
No, not even for your first interview and it's live around the world? I thought you'd be a little nervous, but that's great, because if you're not nervous, I won't be nervous. I just wanted to let the world know that when we agreed to do this interview, you said that you would be willing to talk to me about everything, and we haven't discussed one single question that's going to be asked here tonight. Just wanted to make that right.
That's very true.
Very true.
And that is what makes the Oprah interview such a perfect place to begin. In 1993, Oprah Winfrey landed Michael Jackson's first live televised talk in 14 years, and from the opening minutes, it was obvious that this was not going to be a soft, harmless celebrity chat.
Please, it's crazy.
Do you go out? Do you date?
Yes.
Who do you date?
Well, right now it's Brooke Shields. Well, we try not to just be everywhere and go it's mostly at home. She'll come over, I'll go to her house, because I don't like going out in the public.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
With Brooke Shields?
Yes, and another girl.
And another girl?
At one point, she asked the question that still gets replayed decades later, "Are you a virgin?" Michael's answer was pure composure. "I'm a gentleman," he said, turning a deeply personal, almost invasive question into something he could deflect without losing his cool.
I'm going to ask you this, and it's embarrassing for me to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Are you a virgin?
How could you ask me that question?
I just want to know. I want to know.
I'm a gentleman.
You're a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman.
So,
I'm a gentleman.
Okay, I would interpret that to mean that means that you believe that a lady is a lady, and therefore...
That's something that's private. I mean, you know, shouldn't be spoken about openly. You can call me old-fashioned if you want, but, you know, to me that's very personal.
So you're not going to answer it?
I'm embarrassed.
Oprah later reflected that asking it was embarrassing even to her. The whole exchange tells you everything you need to know about Michael's relationship with the media. He was constantly expected to explain his private life on demand, and when the questions crossed the line, he refused to give them the satisfaction of a dramatic meltdown.
Well, we would like to know whether or not there is a possibility that you are going to marry one day and have children.
I would feel that my life isn't complete if I do not, because I adore the family life. I adore children, and I adore that whole thing. And I would love to. That's one of my dreams, but I couldn't right now because I'm married. I am married, but to my work. I'm married to my music.
That same 1993 interview also matters because it captured the exact way tabloids had started to dominate his public image. By that point, people were obsessing over his face, his skin, and his body, often with almost no interest in what he actually said.
Okay, Michael,
Horrifying
then let's go
stories.
to the thing that is most discussed about you, I think, is the fact that the color of your skin is obviously different than it was when you were younger.
Yes.
And so I think it has caused a great deal of speculation and controversy as to what you have done or are doing. Are you bleaching your skin? And is your skin lighter because you don't like being black?
Okay, number one, as I know of, there is no such thing as skin bleaching. I have never seen it. I don't know what it is.
In his 1988 autobiography, Moonwalk, and again in his 1993 interview with Oprah, Jackson said he had had only 2 nose jobs and a chin cleft implant, while denying the rest of the surgery rumors.
To have those products growing up, I used to hear, always use bleach and glow, but you'd have to have about 300,000 gallons to...
Okay, number one, this is the situation. I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help, okay? But when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
So it is.
It's a problem for me, okay? I can't control it, okay? But what about all the millions of people? Let's reverse it.
Okay.
What about all the millions of people who sit out in the sun to become darker, to become other than what they are? Nobody says nothing about that.
So when did this start? When did the color of your skin start to change?
Oh boy, sometime after Thriller, around Off the Wall Thriller, sometime
And what did you
around
think? I mean,
It's in my family. My father said it's on his side. I can't control it. I don't understand. I mean, it makes me very sad.
How much plastic surgery have you had?
Very, very little. You can count them on 2 fingers. I mean, let's say this. If you want to know about those things, all of the nosy people in the world,
But once we say it, we don't have to say it anymore.
Read my book, Moonwalker. It's in my book. You know, let's just put it this way. If all the people in Hollywood who have had plastic surgery, if they went on vacation, there wouldn't be a person left in town.
I think you might be right.
I think I am right. I mean,
He also explained that his changing skin tone was due to vitiligo, a condition later supported by his autopsy. So when people watched Michael sit across from Oprah, they were not just watching a celebrity answer questions. They were watching a man try to correct a public story that had already been written around him by gossip, rumor, and spectacle.
I don't want to go into my medical history because that's something that's private, but that's the situation here. So please, when people see something like that...
I just want to get this straight. You are not taking anything to change the color of your skin?
Oh, God, no.
You did not purposely?
We're trying to control it, and using makeup evens it out because it makes blotches on the skin, and I have to even out my skin. But you know what's funny? Why is that so important? You know, that's not important to me. I'm a great fan of art. I love Michelangelo. If I had a chance to talk to him or read about him, I would want to know about what inspired him to become who he is, the anatomy of his craftsmanship, not about who he went out with last night or why he decided to sit out in the sun so long. What's wrong with, I mean, that's what's important to me.
That is the big reason Michael Jackson clips go viral even now. He did not sound defensive in the way interviewers expected. He sounded measured. He sounded like someone who had accepted that the public had already made up its mind, but still wanted to give the truth a chance to be heard. And in the Barbara Walters interview from 1997, that same dynamic shows up again.
Are you psychic? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to say that, but I've done it before.
And you thought it might be you?
Yes. I've been living in that kind of life all my life. The tabloid press, that kind of press, not the press, the tabloid, the paparazzi, that type. I've been running for my life like that, hiding, getting away. You can't go that way because they're over there. And well, let's go this way. Pretend we're going that way and we'll go that way. Somebody should say, hold on, stop. This person deserved their privacy. You are not allowed to go there.
The interview was recorded in Paris and later aired on ABC, and by then, Michael had already spent years being dissected by the press for his appearance, his privacy, and his habits. Contemporary references to the interview make clear that Walters asked about the paparazzi in his personal life, while the broader media conversation around that period shows how heavily people were still fixated on his looks.
This you should not do. You should not say he's an animal. Should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko. I'm Jackson.
How do you feel when they call you Wacko
Yeah, Wacko Jacko. Where'd that come from? Some English tabloid. I have a heart and I have feelings. I feel that when you do that to me. It's not nice. Don't do it. I'm not a wacko.
There are those who would say that you add to the attention.
No, I don't.
Well, the masks, the mysterious behavior.
There's no mysterious behavior. There's a time when I give a concert, I like to have as many people want to come can come and enjoy the show. And there's a time Well, you like to be in private when you put on your pajamas, go to sleep, cut off the light, ding, and lay down. That's your private space. If you go in the park, I can't go in the park, though. So I create my own park at Neverland, my own water space, my movie theater, my theme park. That's all for me to enjoy.
This was another moment where the interviewer wanted access to the private Michael, and Michael responded by staying calm, controlled, and almost frustratingly polite. That restraint is exactly why it worked. He never gave them the outburst they were hoping to edit into a headline.
I don't want this to sound insulting. I'm just going to be straight with you. But you are somewhat eccentric, to say the least. The way you dress, the way you look, it invites attention. More extreme. You don't think that calls the paparazzi to you?
No.
No?
No. Maybe I like to live that way. I like to dress that way. I don't want paparazzi, really. But if they come, be kind. Write the right kind thing to write.
Michael, is it the journalist's role or the press's role to be kind?
To be kind?
Because the press also sometimes has to look into things, be tough. Can't always be kind.
What you saw what happened to Lady Diana, you tell me. There should be some boundaries, some kind of way. The star needs some space. Give him a chance to relax. He has a heart. He's human.
By the mid-1990s, the tone of these interviews had become even more loaded because the questions were no longer just about fame. They were about scrutiny, scandal, and suspicion. That is what makes the 1995 primetime live interview with Diane Sawyer and Lisa Marie Presley so fascinating.
Who proposed? I mean, how did marriage actually get discussed?
Well, at first, this is what happened. When she was 18, I used to tell my lawyer, John Branca, do you know Lisa Marie Presley? He'd go, well, I represent her mother. I go, well, can you get in touch with her? Because I think she's really cute. And he'd laugh every time. He goes, I'll do my best. That's what he'd say. Then he'd come back and I said, well, did you find out? He said, no, there's nothing. So I would worry him about this all the time. The next thing I noticed, there's a picture on a magazine cover where she's married, which really tore me to pieces.
Vanity Fair later noted that roughly 60 million people watched it and that it was Jackson's first major interview after the 1993 allegations, making the whole thing feel less like a conversation and more like a public trial in front of millions. The interview was widely promoted as no holds barred, which tells you everything about the mood of the moment. Jackson and Lisa Marie were not just talking about a marriage. They were talking inside an atmosphere of skepticism, tabloid obsession, and media hunger.
Did you ask Michael about the charges? Did the two of you talk about the impact of the marriage on the allegations?
Absolutely not. He called, I was in touch with him through the whole process of this charges going on. I was talking to him when he disappeared. I was actually supposed to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico when he left and disappeared, and I got a call that he wasn't going to be there, and I was actually part of the whole thing with him, but talking to him on the phone. So I didn't.
Did you say to him, are they true?
No, I didn't. No, I actually did not.
I want to take a minute here, and I'm going to come back to the marriage.
Sorry, he went on and on and on about it, so I didn't really have to say, are the allegations true? It was, on the phone, and
over and over
just
again.
Constant, yeah.
When Sawyer pressed them, the strange thing was that Michael never seemed rattled in the way the coverage around him often suggested he should be. He looked controlled, Lisa Marie looked protective, and the whole exchange turned into a lesson in how to sit through a hostile spotlight without letting it consume you.
I want to begin by making sure that the terms are clear. You have said that you would never harm a child. I want to be specific as I can. Did you ever, as this young boy said you did you ever sexually engage, fondle, have sexual contact with this child or any other child?
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart. It's not who I am. And it's not what I'm not even interested in that.
And what do you think should be done to someone who does that?
To someone who does that, what I think it should be done, gee, I think they need help in some kind of way,
How about the police photographs, though? How was there enough information from this boy about those kinds of things
The police photographs,
Have police
that they
photographs.
took of me.
Yes.
There was nothing that matched me to those charges.
There was nothing. There was nothing that concurred.
That's why I'm
Nothing?
sitting here
There was
talking to you
nothing.
today. There was not one iota of information that was found that could connect me.
So when we've heard
these
that there was
charges.
a
There were
marking
nothing.
of some kind,
No markings.
That interview is also one of the clearest examples of how people were trying to turn Michael's private life into entertainment. The press wanted to know if the relationship was real, if it was strategic, if it was weird, if it was performative, if it was all a publicity move. But the more the interviewers pushed that angle, the more Michael and Lisa Marie seemed determined to insist on their own version of events.
The
why
whole
did you
thing is a
settle the
lie.
case then? Why did you settle the case? And it looks to everyone as if you paid a huge amount of money
Most of that's
to get
folklore.
silence.
I talked to my lawyers and I said, can you guarantee me that justice will prevail? And they said, Michael, we cannot guarantee you that a judge or a jury will do anything. And with that, I was like catatonic. I was outraged.
How much money
Totally
was it?
outraged. So what I said, I have got to do something to get out from under this nightmare. All these lies and all these people coming forward to get paid in these tabloid shows, just lies, 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 lies. So what I did, we got together again with my advisors and they advised me, it was hands down, a unanimous decision, resolve the case. This could be something that could go on for 7 years.
How much
We
money
said,
was
let's get it behind us.
The power of this moment is not that Michael gets angry, it is that he refuses to let the interview live on the terms the interviewer wants. And that mattered, because this was not a normal celebrity chat. This was one of the biggest TV events of the year, and Jackson's every expression was being treated like evidence.
We have called everyone we can call. We have checked everything we can check. We have gone and tried to see if what we heard before is in fact the case. I want to ask you about two things. These reports that we read over and over again, that in your rooms they found photographs of young boys, not of
Young
adults,
boys,
not-
there's children, all kind of girls and everything.
then that they found photographs, books of young boys who were undressed.
No.
Didn't happen.
No, not that I know of, unless people sent me things that I haven't opened. People know my love for children. So they send me books from all over the world, from South America, from Germany, from Italy, from Sweden.
So if people say that they found those things, if there's an indication, let them come forward, let them produce them, right?
Yeah, because I get all you wouldn't believe the amounts of mail that I get. And if you say to somebody, you know, if I let the fans know I love Charlie Chaplin, I'll be swarmed in Charlie Chaplin paraphernalia. But if I say I love children, which I do, they swarm me with everything pertaining to kids.
Then there is the 60 Minutes interview, which may be the most uncomfortable of them all. Michael Jackson addressed the controversial issue of sharing his bed with young ones during his interview with Ed Bradley. The subject had become one of the most loaded parts of his public image, and Bradley did not come to the conversation as though it were a casual clarification.
Here is part of that conversation.
What is your response to the allegations that were brought by the district attorney in Santa Barbara that you molested this boy?
Totally false. Before I would hurt a child, I would slit my wrists. I would never hurt a child. These are totally false. I was outraged. I could never do something like that.
This is a kid you knew.
Yes.
How would you characterize your relationship with this boy?
I've helped many, many, many children, thousands of children. Cancer kids, leukemia kids. This is one of many.
That British documentary last February.